very good. Today, once again, welcome aboard the flight captain. Just about getting ready to go. Our different flight time today is estimated to be 2 hours. Direction you're from, please. Right turn off to departure. About Crystal 36,000 feet. Look along the head, wind. Ladies and gentlemen, very good. Today, once again, welcome aboard the flight captain. Just about getting ready to go. Our different flight time today is estimated to be 2 hours. Direction you're from, please. Right turn off to departure. About Crystal 36,000 feet. Look along the head, wind.
Just another day. Psych rotation. Not rotation. Psych simulation. I'm really nervous. So yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, very good. Today, once again, welcome aboard the flight captain. Just about getting ready to go. Our different flight time today is estimated to be 2 hours. Direction you're from, please. Right turn off to departure. About Crystal
today is my OB postpartum lab. Is that a little better? It keeps falling out. But yeah, so today's OB postpartum lab. Literally the weeks are flying by. Like, I can't believe I've already been in school for a month. I just think that's crazy. Alright, whatever. My hair is what it is. But, okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna go to my postpartum lab at 1 o'clock. There's no parking here. Like, it really sucks. Whatever. Hi guys, I wanted to come on here really quick and show y'all some of the things I've been working on throughout the week, because like I said earlier, the weeks fly by and before I know it, it's already gonna be a new week. So today is Sunday the 15th of September, and so I just wanted to show you some things that I think are really helpful. Sorry, I'm like leaning down and like the lighting is horrible, but it's alright, we'll get through it. So these are some of my pharmacology flashcards. I think if you, hold on, let me try to fix this. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, I think if you are taking pharmacology and you have to remember the drugs by their class, that flashcards are the way to go. I'm not a big flashcard person, but to be honest, these are a lifesaver. So right now, what I have the cardiovascular drugs. I have a lot more to write for before my test on Friday, but this is kind of where I'm at for now. And not only do I have to write these flashcards for our pharmacology lecture, but they also are making us do pharmacology ATI. But my professor doesn't give a crap about ATI. He's not a nurse. He's just I think he's literally like a pharmacologist. Is that the right word? I don't know why that sounds weird to me, like pharmacology. I don't know. He's not a nurse. So he knows everything about pharmacology, but he doesn't know the nursing aspects of it. So that's why he makes us do ATI on our own time, which is a lot of information. So it's basically like 2 separate classes of pharmacology at once, which, yeah, like I said, it's really hard. But anyway, so these are my lecture cards that I've made so far. So I have like the beta blocker, and then I just have all of the information here on the back. I don't know if y'all could read. Do I have that upside down? No. So yeah, I just have like, if you can look at the top here, I have like OLOL, which basically tells me like if a drug ends in the word, like it ends in OLOL, then I can pretty much already have a good idea that it's probably going to be a beta blocker. So then if I just learn all of the things about beta blockers, all I have to remember is OLOL, and I don't have to remember like propranolol, beta exolol, yeah, all of those type of things. So that's really helpful, especially with drugs that end in the same suffix. Is that the right word? But you will run into some, unfortunately, in pharmacology. Like, let me find an, okay. So yeah, like your essential alpha agonists, which I think these are a little bit less common unless you're in the ER. I was told you're probably not going to see these as much, but so here's the names up here. These are like the 2 drugs that he had given us, and there's really no way to remember other than just memorizing the names and knowing that these are the central alpha agonists. So that's one thing that kind of stinks. But so for instance, like the alpha blockers, I found that azosin is a good suffix that is pretty common for most of the drugs in that category. But yeah, like I said, I still have to write cards for the respiratory system and lipids. So I think I might have another subject that I have to write, But yeah, that's for pharmacology. I haven't even started on the ATI ones. The ATI is going to be the cardiovascular, musculoskeletal, reproductive, and there's another one, but I forgot. Honestly, I might not even get to writing those flashcards. I might just have to suffer because, like I said, it's a lot. And just writing these took me, like, honestly, probably took me like an hour and a half. It's a lot. And my hand was cramping. So then these flashcards are my OB flashcards. And I just wrote these for right here. Vitamin K, erythromycin ointment, hepatitis B vaccine, and acetaminophen. So basically what I write with these is, these are required of us. Like, this is an assignment I have to turn in. It doesn't like not count. How do I say this? Like, even though we have to turn them in, they're still really helpful, and I'm glad that we are required to do them because my 6th semester so far has been it's been nothing but meds in my opinion. Like, oh, and also I have to write some med cards for psych, which I haven't done yet either. We learned that last week in lecture, and it was torturous because I was studying for psych because we have quizzes at the beginning of the class, every single class. So I was reading through the chapters that he had assigned, and like all of it was basically pharmacology, but psych version of pharmacology, and I was like freaking out because it's really hard to remember that stuff, especially the night before. Usually I can just skim through it and then I'll be okay for the quiz, but no, that was a disaster. Somehow I did good on that quiz, but I won't tell you. I don't know how. So yeah, these are this is specifically for the newborn, these ones, but like here's an example of like, okay, this one's really easy, like acetaminophen. So I'll put like the generic and the trade name, which would be like Tylenol, Midol, the class, analgesic, the dosage for this is newborn specific dosage because I am an OB, and these are the newborn. This is the week of the newborn that we're learning about newborn. So yeah, route by mouth, yeah, just all of these, the contraindications. So what they wanted us to do with these is when we actually do go onto the unit in September 30th, oh my gosh, in 2 weeks. Wow, that just hit me. But anyway, in 2 weeks when we actually hit the hospital, they want us to bring all of these, and these are all the ones I've written for OB so far. So there's kind of a nice little pile here of flashcards. So they want us to bring these onto the unit with us instead of our phones because phones carry a lot of germs, they're a distraction, and like on the other, like apart from all of that, like I said, they carry a lot of germs, and you are working with infants who are extremely immunocompromised even when they are healthy. So if we can reduce that risk of passing on an infection to them, like make that risk as little as possible, then by all means I will go ahead and I will write flashcards, because you could easily look this information up on your phone. I use an app called Epocrates or Epocrates. That's where I got all of this information from. So yeah, you could easily just, hey, you have to give this med to your patient. Okay, let me type it in the app, look it up, figure out all about it. But yeah, that's kind of their logic there, is they don't want phones on the unit, and I totally respect that and understand. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been working on. I think the last time I had recorded, I went to my OB postpartum lab, and I was trying to get footage inside the lab, but honestly it was really hard because they were teaching us about med calculations, because we had a quiz the week before that and a lot of us didn't do very well. So they were kind of like teaching us and making sure we actually knew how to do it. And now we have a retest on the 27th, I think. We can go on the 20th, which would be this Friday, but like I said, we have a farm test this Friday, and I'm not trying to do 2 tests in one day. I mean, I know they call it a quiz, but you have to get 100 on it, which makes it really stressful. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that on Friday. I'm gonna do it the next Friday. And so yeah, they were teaching us like math, which felt really, like, it made me feel really dumb because like math, we've learned that so long ago, like I feel like I should remember it, but like I just don't because I haven't done it in like 5 years. So there's that. We were learning how to, I don't remember what they called it, like dilute a medication, like basically when you have a powder form, like, so this was specifically where you will see this is like the MMR vaccine. We had a vial with powder in it, and then there was a separate vial which was called the diluent, and basically you have to pull the diluent out of the vial, and then put the diluent into the vial with powder in it, mix it up, and then you can redraw it out into your syringe, and then you can administer that. So they were going over that with us, and I wanted to do like a time lapse of it, but they had us standing, and we were all really crowded over the table, so I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna like bother pulling out my phone because it's just gonna take up space and room, because there was not enough room where we were trying to do that at. And we all had needles out, like I didn't want to get anyone poked by being really close. So yeah. And then we went down into the lab where we had the mannequin, and we were just we were talking about like the postpartum care of the mom, and that's pretty much it. So the lab was fun, but yeah, it's really hard to get content when I'm in lab because there are so many people and we're moving fast, and yeah, there's only so much time, so it's like pulling out my phone to record something sometimes is like a hindrance to everyone else. So anyway, that's what I've been working on, and right now I'm gonna work out a little bit, and then I'm going to probably finish my OB lecture for the week, because she does the flipped classroom where she wants us to watch the PowerPoints before, like she does voiceover PowerPoints, and she wants us to watch those and do the modules and like read all of the material she puts on Canvas before we go to class. And then when we do go to class, she'll do a case study. And for me personally, when I heard that, I got like really freaked out because I was like, oh my gosh, like a case study with like what if I don't know anything, like what if I can't figure out what to do? It's actually really awesome, like a really nice way to apply your knowledge to a real situation, which I think kind of helps solidify like your learning. I will say, like, we already had an OB test and I did pretty good on it, and I studied, but like I felt like a lot of the information I had already known just because we were already applying that knowledge in class. So like I feel like there's a little bit less studying that goes on in that type of a classroom environment because you are constantly like applying your knowledge, and that will help you remember it and like how to actually use it in the real world, which is questions they like to ask on tests. They don't just ask you knowledge based questions, they'll ask you more application questions. So they'll make sure that you know something, and then they'll say, all right, you know this, so what are you going to do about that? So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think I'll probably end this week's vlog here and pick up a new one tomorrow. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. My name's Brittany. I'm a nursing student, and yeah, so thanks for watching.